do you have any advice for current airmen, future airmen about advice or words of wisdom for their career?
I speak to high schools now and then, and I get asked that question quite a lot. And I just tell them what happened to me. I enlisted in the old Army Air Corps because I was fascinated by airplanes. And so I worked hard at that and became successful. So my advice was to find some line of work that you're interested in, get on board, work hard, and it'll probably work out for you like it did me. So that's my best advice.
I think Colonel Salem.
I would advise you to be prepared as much as possible for any situation. We happened to be in a situation we didn't have any control over. We crash landed on a Japanese occupied island. There were no Japs there at the time, and the Chinese underground were working on that island. They helped us escape. But when we crashed, there was no medical help whatever. The other four of the crew were thrown out through the nose of the plane when they tried to land. I was in the back and was knocked unconscious for a while, and finally came to enough to realize we were upside down, and I was able to open the escape hatch on the bottom of the airplane, which is on top of them, and I went back that night to try to get some first aid kits out of the airplane, but the tide had come in and I couldn't get to the airplane. The next morning at daylight I went back out to the airplane. I could not find any first aid kits, but then I could see how much damage had been done. The whole front end of the airplane was smashed flat back against the leading edge of the wing, and if the other four hadn't been thrown out, they'd never got out alive. And the Chinese underground helped us then to get to the mainland and escape.
The gentleman was just expressing his respect for you and also saying, can you help him understand that very last moment before you pushed the throttles up and took off of the carrier, what was going through your mind?
In my case, what was going through my mind is to make sure that I had done everything to make him so that he didn't have to worry about a thing, and make sure that we had done a check list complete. And incidentally, we as a crew, without him, had talked about making sure that we would be able to do everything that he didn't have to worry about.
We were so busy that we didn't have much time to think about what was going to happen. So we were sure we could get off after making our training flights here at England. So then when I get up in the airplane, the wind was blowing so hard across the deck that I could hardly stand up. So we had plenty left to get off.
My thoughts were pretty routine at that point. I just hoped that I knew everything that I would have to do, and I thought about that, what it would take on my part to get this thing going. And I didn't have any real particular fear or anything. I was just keyed up to do what I was supposed to do, and it worked out pretty good. But my mindset was pretty straightforward. Do what we came to do.